For anyone considering presenting at the AFCPE Symposium, it helps to understand one key distinction right away. This is not a content creator conference like FinCon, and it's not a sales-driven industry event. It sits much closer to an academic and practitioner hybrid, where credibility, evidence, and practical application all matter. That framing shapes what gets accepted. At its core, the symposium is built around advancing the field of financial counseling and education. That means presenters are expected to bring something more substantial than general advice or broad concepts. The strongest submissions typically do one of three things. They introduce new research, translate research into practice, or demonstrate a clearly defined approach that improves client outcomes. In each case, the emphasis is on contribution, not just presentation. There is a clear preference for evidence-based content. This doesn't mean every session has to be a formal academic paper, but it does mean claims should be grounded in something measurable: data, case studies, program outcomes, or well-documented experience. Sessions that simply share opinions or high-level strategies without support tend to fall flat in this environment. The audience expects a level of rigor that goes beyond what you might see at a general financial conference. At the same time, AFCPE is not purely academic. One of the organization's defining characteristics is its focus on real-world application. The audience includes financial counselors, educators, coaches, and researchers, many of whom are working directly with clients every day. As a result, the most compelling presentations don't just explain what works, they show how to implement it. A session that bridges theory and practice, giving attendees something they can realistically use in their work, is far more valuable than one that stays abstract. Another important factor is alignment with the organization's mission. AFCPE places a strong emphasis on financial capability, behavior change, and improving financial well-being, often for populations that are underserved or facing complex challenges. Presentations that address issues like debt management, credit, behavioral finance, financial stress, or access to financial services tend to resonate more than purely investment-focused or high-net-worth topics. It's not that those topics are irrelevant, but they are not the primary focus of the symposium. Tone also matters more than many first-time applicants expect. The symposium is not a place for overt promotion. Sessions that feel like marketing pitches, whether for a product, service, or platform, are generally not a fit. Presenters are expected to educate first, with any professional exposure being a byproduct rather than the goal. This is a key difference from many industry events where visibility and lead generation are more explicit objectives. There's also growing interest in sessions that incorporate diversity, equity, and inclusion, as well as those that explore how financial counseling can better serve different communities. This includes both research-based perspectives and practitioner insights, particularly when they highlight gaps in access or outcomes and propose meaningful solutions. For those thinking about applying, the most effective approach is to start with a simple question. What am I doing, studying, or seeing that genuinely advances how people are helped financially, and can I explain it in a way others can use? If the answer is clear, the rest of the application becomes much easier. The bottom line is that AFCPE is not looking for the loudest voice or the biggest platform. It is looking for presenters who can add substance to the field through data, insight, and practical tools that improve the work being done on the ground.